open. Let's
Describe line movies. Ops 26. Ops. Microsoft. Describe line movies.
let's close some of these windows.
Ops 26.
There we go.
Microsoft Flight. Red circle left bracket live right bracket dashboard dash restream dash Google Chrome. John this list dash team 1. Unknown artist dash title 1 dash window left bracket pause 1. Ops 26.1.1 left. Microsoft Flight Simulator X row 1 column.
There we go. So let's see. Chat. OBS.
Folder view list. Ops Studio 20. Ops chat 50 of 77. App start cursor. Location. Untitled dash Google Chrome. TCTS dash Google Chrome. TCTS dash. Disconnect button. Stop speech. Auto volume slider. Rate slider 1. Pitch slider 1. STTS. Send to channel. Text edit blank. Submit button. Text edit blank.
Pilot Life 2020. Hello, everyone.
Ops 26.1. Microsoft Flight. Microsoft.
There we go. All right. So we got the chat up. You guys can chat that way through Twitch. If you are watching this on YouTube or Messenger, the easiest way to chat with us live, because I don't have chat pulled up for every one of the streams. Go to twitch.tv/PilotLive2020. If you go there, you'll find the same stream, and you can also chat at the same time, and I'll get that. The only way I'd get it here is if I had the stream or the chat running for, the YouTube. Well, it is going, but I'm not on it, so I don't see what you guys are putting in the chat on those. It'd be kind of crazy to have 4 different chat windows open. So we're about to be in Indianapolis, landing here in Indianapolis.
Wind colon 276 at 63 knots. Gust at 0.
Wind is 276 at 63 knots. 0 wind gust. So that's actually not that bad. We're not dealing with any bad weather today, so I'm glad for that. But yeah, so
Time and route to destination 29 minutes 2 seconds.
we got 29 minutes left. We are,
Next waypoint colon rod distance colon 96 nautical miles. Bearing colon 241 degrees 13 minutes 36 seconds.
well, we're still a little bit out from Indianapolis, but not too far.
Total fuel colon 35,188.7 pounds.
I did want to pay attention to the fuel. Should be enough, but there's been times when it's gave me the wrong calculation for the trip. Now, when I flew over here, not to Indianapolis, but to I'm trying to think of the name of the airport, but it's EGLL. When I flew there, I had just enough fuel. I was only over by, I think,
Wakeman, Ohio, United
2,000
States.
pounds
4.6
or
nautical miles.
something
43
like
degrees.
that. Let's see. Right now, we are flying over Wakeman, Ohio. That is currently what we're flying across. Let me give you guys the full screen because you're not seeing all of it. You're only seeing
Landscape.
now. You should be seeing all of it, I believe.
I. Echokind line FSX line no prop line. Microsoft.NET framework window. Echokind line. Virtual cockpit dash U00. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Total fuel colon 34,501.0 pounds. 5,150.0 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 25,176.
25,176. So that's what we're burning on the hour, is 25,176 pounds of fuel every hour, which that's not too bad for the 380. That should be around 40-ish degrees when we land here in Indianapolis. So at least it's not freezing. Okay. You guys missed it earlier because I almost, boy, it came close. I hit a button. This morning when I took off, I got up in the air, I got my autopilot set and all that stuff, and I said, well, I'm going to rest my eyes for a little bit. Well, my hand hit a switch, and I woke up, and we was at 14,000 feet from 35,000 feet. So, luckily.
Armstrong 445. Hey, I just got tuned into the stream.
Hey, Brandon, welcome to the stream, my friend. I was just telling them that when I took off this morning, I got up in the air, got my autopilot set and all that stuff, and I said, well, I'm going to rest my eyes for a little bit. And, man, you got to be careful when you do that, because if you're doing it and you're just going to sit in your chair and kick back and, shut your eyes. Well, I hit a button, and next thing I know, I was at 35,000 feet to 14,000 feet, and I had to quickly correct the situation there. So when you rest your eyes, you guys, I suggest just keeping your hands away from the keyboard altogether and the yoke, because I had the keyboard to the right of me, my yoke was in front of me, and so
Armstrong 445.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I've done that a time or two.
Yeah. So anyway, we were about let's see.
Time en route to destination, 23 minutes, 49 seconds.
23 minutes out. Well, that's just for, that's not estimating with our star. So, nor is it estimating for the approach. So, we still got a little over, I'd say about 35 minutes for complete touchdown. So, I expect it to be a good landing here, because I've gotten pretty good with Indianapolis on the way that the jets land here. I've got it pat down pretty good. So, I usually do a pretty good job of landing. Unless we have bad weather or something. Luckily we don't right now. No snow, no ice. The other night I flew into Boston. I think it was Boston. And it was straight ice. And I'll tell you what, I have my stuff turned on where I can get damage and things can happen. Engines can fail. I turn that stuff on to try to make it more realistic. And I'm just going to tell you right now, landing in ice, that's no fun at all. When I got on the runway, because some of you might know or might not know, I have some vision, so I can see the runway when I'm down on it. I had to end up using just my right brake because I was sliding whenever I was coming down, or whenever I was on the runway trying to slow down. It kept trying to skid one direction, and so I just had to use one brake instead of both, and then I had to use both as well. So it was tricky. So don't never think that you'll never use them brakes, because if you ever go full realistic,
Armstrong 445,
you'll use them.
Yeah, you'll have a smooth landing. You're going to be at a low of 38 with clouds. No precip.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Temperature between 38 and 40 degrees, and there's no rain. It's going to be a nice landing. Thanks for that weather update there, Brandon. I appreciate that. Now that I know how to do it, and I know what went wrong last time, maybe I can do a live stream sometime and do some cockpit sharing. I know Declan wants to do it again because me and him tried it before and some things went wrong. Me and Brandon tried to do it. Some stuff went wrong. But I think I got it figured out now, so I should be good with doing that with people. So, Brandon, if you ever want to do the shared cockpit, you need to download the program again and get that set up, and maybe we'll do that sometime. Guys, we did not do the Oceanic, by the way, this past weekend. Just due to, I don't know about Brandon, but I had so much other stuff going on. I was just tired all weekend. And
time en route to destination 20 minutes 7 seconds.
We're at 20 minutes and 7
Total
seconds.
fuel colon 31,413.6 pounds.
31,000 pounds of fuel. We should be good on that.
AP altitude colon 2,600 feet.
All right, here we go. We're going to start a descent.
0 feet per minute. Minus 33 feet per minute. Minus 98 feet per minute. AP altitude colon hold 2,600 feet. Minus 384 feet per minute. Minus 489 feet per minute.
There she goes.
Minus 774 feet per minute. Minus 1,007 feet per minute.
All right, yeah, we're descending.
32,784 feet. 33,000. Hold 290 knots.
445. We should try an oceanic flight at some point together. I was so tired after that horrible winter storm we went through last week.
Yeah, it took a little energy out of everybody, I think.
32,095 feet at. 33,070. Hold 290 knots.
All right, let's take a look.
2907 feet per minute. 1965 feet per minute. 194 feet per minute. Minus 3274 feet per minute.
What is this thing doing?
Landscape. 33,000 feet. Altitude lock off. Altitude lock active. App start cursor. Normal cursor. Vertical speed. Enter vertical speed colon. Edit land.
Dash.
Ops 26.1.1 left parent. 64 dash bit. Windows right parent. Dash profile colon. Untitled dash scenes colon. Untitled window. Control. Microsoft Flight. Microsoft Flight Simulator.
It was descending really, really silly.
Ops 26.1.1. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. 4052 feet per minute. 4081 feet per minute.
Hold on, guys. This is being silly as all get.
80 flight. Autopilot. Heading edit HD. Altitude. All checkbox. Vertical speed edit red only minus 27. Minus 27 selection. Airspeed edit red only 290. Vertical speed edit red only minus 1400. Airspeed edit red only 290. ES checkbox checked.
There we go.
Minus 2887 feet per minute. Minus 869 feet per minute.
FS Tramp was being completely goofy, man.
663 feet per minute. Minus 82 feet per minute.
What is it doing?
32,000 feet. Minus 2365 feet per minute. AP altitude colon hold 2,600 feet. Minus 1414 feet per minute. Minus 1512 feet per minute. Line colon 283 at 59 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Well, we got some wind we're dealing with
Armstrong
too.
445. Sounded like Tramp didn't have control of the airspeed or something.
Minus 1414 feet per minute. Minus 1411 feet per minute.
Yeah, I think we're good now.
Minus 1407 feet per minute.
Seems to be.
Total fuel colon 30,555.3 pounds. 4,561.0 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 19,366. 31,000 feet.
Yeah, we're good.
293 knots indicated.
I'm thinking, don't be messing up right now. That's the only thing I hate about long flights. If something goes wrong and you flew 8 or 9 hours, or I've even had a 14-hour flight go wrong. It's like all that time just out the window, poof, gone. It's like, oh.
Minus 1398 feet per minute.
We're doing good now, though. She's descending no less than 1,300 feet per minute, so.
29,005 feet at 30,000 feet. 29,000. Hold 290 knots.
Okay, good. Now I can go and
Exit
set
line.
my...
List. ADF flight. Heading editor HDG altitude edit all checkbox check vertical speed at airspeed edit red only 290. 290 selection remove. ES checkbox checked. Airspeed edit red only 280. ES checkbox checked. Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
Yeah, that's not no fun.
28,470 feet.
If you guys wouldn't know what I was doing there, I was changing my holding speed. It's something that I take manual control over, is my speed all the way down to touchdown. So
28,135 feet. 292 knots indicated. Hold 280 knots. Minus 1401 feet per minute. 29,000 feet.
okay, yeah, we're looking good now. And if you've never flown Indianapolis, I've said it before, it's honestly a good place to practice your
Next
landings
colon,
and
time,
stuff,
distance colon, 111 nautical miles, bearing colon, 259 degrees, 16
it
minutes,
gives you
51 seconds.
plenty of time to get things set up.
45. If we had IYP, it did very well with airspeed holds. Rip to that program.
So in Indianapolis, what it does, it'll bring you in to where you are 5 miles
28,000 feet.
away from the airport, and then it takes you back out 32 miles out and around and down and back in. So that's why I like this airport, because it gives you plenty of time to make your adjustments, to get your final approach speeds, all that stuff set up. So if you're a new pilot, I recommend people practice, do your landings at Indianapolis, because the way they do it just makes it a lot easier. Less pressure.
$27,000 feet.
And we're currently at 27,000 feet. I am keeping an eye on our fuel.
Total fuel colon, 29,641.8 pounds, 4,424.7 gallons. Total fuel flow colon, 17,187.
This thing burns a lot more fuel than some of the others because of how big it is. The 380 is a giant aircraft.
$26,000 feet.
All right, let's see.
$24,674 feet.
We're at 24,000 AGL.
25,488 feet ASL.
25,000 ASL. Brandon, did you do any flights today, my friend? And I really like the sound of this jet too, with these Rolls-Royce engines. I think they sound really good.
Minus 1398 feet. 23,500 feet. 24,437. Hold 280 knots. $23,113 feet. Minus 1398 feet per minute. 24,000 feet.
24,000 ASL, 23,000 AGL. I get to 18,000, I'm going to take it down to 270. Nice thing about Indianapolis, so you don't really got to rush on making sure your speeds are set right. But it's better to have a lower speed when you're doing them turns as you're coming in, because I've seen it where it will miss the airport and you end up missing your waypoint, and then it just turns into a mess.
22,834 feet ASL. 21,742 feet APL.
Armstrong 445.
22,000 feet.
Joys of having bottles of water that won't stand up when you put them in the fridge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
21,762 feet ASL. Hold 280 knots.
I do got to fix my hotkeys for my lights because it's, somehow or another, by default, you should be able to hit the letter L and your lights come off and on. Well.
Landing off.
Oh, no, I want them on.
Landing on.
My other lights don't come on or off. So, somehow I deleted the key or something.
21,000 feet. $19,594 feet. 20,611 feet ASL.
Alright, we're almost to where I need to be. Alright, let's see where we're at. It seems so smooth, so quiet.
18,990. 20,046 feet ASL. 20,000 feet.
20,000 ASL.
Next waypoint colon kind distance colon 75 nautical miles bearing colon 255 degrees 13 minutes 56 seconds.
Indianapolis is currently 75 miles out.
Armstrong 445. I can't even hear the engines.
You can't hear them at all? You should. They're there. You can barely hear them, but they're there. You'll hear them again here in a few minutes.
19,000 feet.
Armstrong 445. No, I'm only hearing you in the screen reader.
Oh, you're not hearing the... Why is that?
Union City, Indiana, United States. Ops 26.1.1 left parent. 64-bit with Ops 20. Controls window. Start virtual camera checkbox not checked. App studio mode checkbox not checked. Settings button. Exit button. Sources window. List. Visibility checkbox checked. Control lock checkbox not checked. Lock the audio mixer window. Properties for desktop audio button. Volume slider for desktop audio colon. Slide mute desktop audio checkbox not checked. Properties for desktop audio 2 button. Volume slider for desktop audio 2 colon. Slider 0.0 dB. Altimeter mute desktop audio 2 checkbox not checked. Properties for mix/O3 button. Volume slider for mix. Properties for mute desk. Volume properties for desktop audio 2 button. Mute desktop volume slider for desktop audio colon. Slider 0.0 mute desk. Properties for desktop audio 2 button.
Let me go here for a minute, and let's see what the problem is.
Op 64 window. Lock volume not checked. Unhide all. Hide. Rename. Copy filters. Paste filters unavailable. Vertical layout not checked. Filters. Properties. Advanced audio properties Alt plus A. Lock volume not checked. Unhide all. Hide. Rename. Copy filter. Paste filters unavailable. Vertical layout not checked. Filters. Properties. Advanced audio properties Alt plus A. Lock volume not checked. Unhide all. Hide. Rename. Copy filters. Paste filters unavailable. Vertical layout not checked. Filters. Properties. Advanced audio properties Alt plus A. Ops 26.1. Volume slider for desktop audio 2 colon. Slider 0.0 dB. 17,000 feet.
That's interesting. That is interesting.
Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
Hold on.
Folder view list. Ops 26. Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
You don't hear none of that, Brandon?
Minus 1390. 15,100. Enter airspeed colon. Selection removed. Airspeed colon checkbox checked. Enter airspeed colon. Edit 270. Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
445. Okay, now I hear that, yes.
16,000 feet.
You're not hearing the engine because it's so quiet. Like, I turned it down. I think I turned it down a little bit too much, but it's there. You'll hear it more here.
Altimeter colon 10, 11, 20.
And because it's so quiet, the engines on this thing, but I can hear the engines humming in the background, but very faintly.
14,300, 15,300, hold 270 knots.
All right, we're at 270.
Next waypoint colon, Hines, distance colon, 59 nautical miles, bearing colon.
I had to adjust that and turn it up a little bit more. I had to turn it down because they were so
feet.
loud. I was always having it where everything was louder than what my voice was. I'm like, man, I got to fix that.
Landscape.
Armstrong 445. I heard it when you changed the view of the aircraft.
Yeah, it's just because the volume's a little bit too low. It's there. The cockpit sounds are there.
14,000 feet.
Because I got it pulled up on my phone, and you can hear it, but it's very, very faint. Like when I do, well, I'm not going to do it now because I'm on the landscape view. But I'll just have to make some adjustments.
Altimeter colon 10, 11.
Turn them sounds up a little bit.
12,306, 274 knots indicated. Hold 270 knots. $12,100, 13,100. Landscape.
That's what I hate about when you're in
Airspeed check.
landscape.
Enter airspeed colon. Edit selected to a selection removed.
Armstrong 445.
Op 26.1
If I remember right, I had my engine volume at 25. I'll have to go look.
Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Landscape. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Landscape.
Yeah, I think I got mine a little bit lower than that, and that's probably why.
$11,331, 271 knots in. Hold 260 knots. 12,207 feet ASL. $11,029 feet AG. 12. Enter airspeed colon. Edit selected to unselection remove. Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
Now we're switching over to 250 knots. And again, you guys, we got
Next waypoint colon. Hines, distance colon. 47 nautical miles. There.
Indianapolis is still 47 miles out. We're going to get 5 miles away from the airport, and then it's going to go around the airport and make its loop to come down and do that. Do like a loop and a half, and then it comes back in.
$10,085 feet. 11,000 feet. Hold 250 knots. 11,000 feet. Enter airspeed colon. Edit selected 250. Selection. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Flaps 0. Spoilers armed. $249 knots indicated. Hold 240 knots. Altimeter colon. 9141 feet AG. 10,060. Hold 240 knots. 10,000 feet. Next waypoint colon. Hines, distance colon. 42 nautical miles. Bearing colon. 200.
You know, when I get down to 8,000 feet, I'll change the speed to 230 knots. And then from that point, I'm just going to be changing my speed depending on where we are from the airport. Because we still got to get to the airport and then go out and away from the airport and come back in. By then I'll have my speeds all the way
9,000 feet.
set.
8,005 feet. 242 knots indicate. Hold 240 knots. Enter airspeed colon. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. $74.39 feet. 241 knots indicate. Hold 230 knots. Total fuel colon 26,292.3 pounds. 3,924.7 gallons. Total fuel flow colon 11,081.
All right, we're good on fuel.
8,000 feet.
This trip would be about 60, 70 million is what it brings
Altimeter
in.
colon 1012. 64.55 feet. 73.27. Hold 230 knots. Next waypoint colon Hines. Distance colon 35 nautical miles. Bearing. Set autopilot airspeed. Enter airspeed colon selection. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. 7,000 feet.
Blind Flight Simmer, hello.
Hey, how's it going, man? How's it going?
5750. 233 knots indicated.
But yeah, I was saying earlier, like anytime I get to train anybody flying, this is the airport I use because of the fact that the way it goes about with landing, and I flew from several different
Blind Flight
areas.
Simmer, not bad. Finishing up for the day here soon.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's
6,000 feet.
probably pretty late where you are. But I was telling them about Indianapolis for landing. I think it's a good place to train because it brings you into the airport and you'll get to about 5 miles from the airport, and then it takes you out and away from the airport again. And it's done it with me with like the 737. Every plane that I've flown so far has always done it. So to me, I think it's good because it'll give somebody new that's new at doing this stuff. They won't feel like they're rushing to get everything set up in time. You know, it's kind of like you get two chances
5,000 feet.
to make sure you get, you know, your speeds and all that set.
Blind Flight Simmer, yeah, it teaches them that if you go away from the airport, this is still normal.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, normally if you wouldn't say something to them, they'd probably think, oh no, I missed the
Indiana,
airport.
United States. 2.9.
Because I did. The first time I ever flew Indianapolis, I get like 5 miles out and all of a sudden it's going away from it. I'm like, oh man, I just missed my airport. And then it'll take you about 30 miles out away from the airport, and then it loops back around. It does like a loop and a half. I think normally it treats it
4,000
like
feet.
it's one of your big 777s or something, but for some reason I get that same pattern on almost every jet that I've flown. Actually, every jet that I've flown here, it's always done that. I guess maybe it wouldn't do that if you didn't go with the specific SID and stars. Well, not necessarily SID, but stars.
25.
Next waypoint colon Hines. Distance colon 27 nautical miles. Bearing colon 232 degrees. 7 minutes 56 seconds. Altimeter 224 knots indicated. 223 knots indicated. 2240 feet.
I don't know why it's still descending though.
Minus 1286 feet per minute. 3,000 feet.
That's blowing my mind. What is it doing?
2074 feet. Minus 1296 feet per minute. Minus 906 feet per minute.
Oh, it's going to level out.
Minus 666 feet per minute.
Okay.
Next waypoint colon Hines. Distance colon 25 nautical miles. Bearing colon 230. Altimeter colon minus 466 feet per minute. 1832 feet. 2664 feet ASL. Hold 220 knots. Set autopilot airspeed. Enter. Selection removed.
Localizer is alive.
Microsoft Flight Simulator X.
229.
Actually, no, it's not going to do it this time.
Fly M button. Fly plan dash M1 checkbox check M button. Fly plan dash M2 checkbox check M button.
So,
Microsoft Flight.
good thing I'm paying attention to that.
211 knots indicated. Hold 180 knots.
Localizer is alive.
Hold 180 knots.
Heading to 29.
Set autopilot airspeed. Head selection removed. Flap 7. Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Flap 7. Flaps 8. Flaps 8.
It's not going to go out and away from the airport on this one. Okay.
1793 feet at. 2610 feet. Hold 160 knots. 193 knots indicated. 192 knots indicated.
Come on, slow down, puppy.
1781 feet at. 2596. Flaps 13. Altitude lock off. Heading lock off. Approach mode active. Flaps 14. Flaps 17.
Right.
So I was wrong, guys. It doesn't do it every time. I thought it was going to do like it
Approach mode off.
usually does.
2,000 feet.
Well,
1,000.
oh, it's coming in way too fast.
302.
No.
On ground.
End flight dialog. End.
I have no idea why it did that, but that made me a liar. So apparently, I don't know. I don't know why it did that. If you guys got any guesses on that, by all means, let me know. This is the first time I've ever had that happen to me in Indianapolis. No clue what happened there. Well, I was set up for thinking it was going to go away from the airport again. And I think that's where I messed up. I shouldn't have set up thinking it was going to do that until I was 100% sure. So, anyways, either way, we fly, we learn, and that's just the way it is. Sometimes things happen. I have no idea specifically why it did that. We wasn't out of fuel.
Total fuel colon 25,000.
No, I still had plenty of fuel. Why did it descend that?
Wind colon 254 at 6 knots. Gust at 0 knots.
Well, I can't look now because I wonder if maybe if I got some bad wind. Any thoughts on that, you guys?
Continue flying button Alt plus C. View flight analysis button Alt plus C. End flight button Alt plus C. Continue flying button Alt plus C.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
View flight end flight button. Continue flying button. End flight button Alt plus C. Pressed.
So we'll have to do that one again. I've got a profile set up for doing that landing, so I'll just run that again here in just a little bit, maybe, and do it again because I wanted to show people
Microsoft Flight Simulator dialog. List.
that specific landing. So I'll just load that profile here in a little bit and show you guys. I don't know what happened there. I don't know why it did that. I need to make some adjustments to my volume as well. Could you guys hear it? Brandon, I know you said you could not hear the plane.
Blind flight simmer, not sure really only saw the last bit of all that. We'll have to try this approach on shared cockpits sometime and see how it goes.
Yeah, we should do that. We should maybe this weekend, maybe we can do a shared cockpit and see how we can just do a flight wherever, but we'll do this in Indianapolis sometime as well. I usually like landing here. That's the first time I've had that problem. I don't know what happened there, to be honest. I'm not sure. Because I was still 25 miles out. So that doesn't even make sense to me. I was thinking maybe, okay, it was just coming in to do a landing, but it's not going to come in that low at 25 miles. So that's interesting that it
Blind
did that.
flight simmer, maybe instead of a podcast we'd do a full flight tutorial in shared cockpit as long as internet holds.
Yeah, I think we'll be good on the internet side of it. We should be. Yeah, let's do that. Let's plan on doing that then. Let's give them something a little bit different. I think they'd enjoy that. But yeah, I was still 25 miles out, so it shouldn't have been wanting to descend at that rate at 25 miles out. I shouldn't have been below. Honestly, I should have still been at least 4,000 feet at 25 miles out. I I would think, anyways. Maybe 3,000, but for it to touch down at 25,000 or 25 miles out, that's something went wrong. I think earlier I had a problem. FS Tramp was going crazy with the altitude, so I think maybe it might have been messed up from where it started messing up earlier. So we'll just try this one again sometime. But you guys check us out this weekend. Don't forget to check out the podcast. I believe me and Declan's going to do a shared cockpit. So that'd be something fun for you guys to check out. We like to try to bring you guys stuff, different stuff, things that can be helpful. And really, we've not touched base on the shared cockpit very much, because the last time we tried to do it, we was having trouble on my end with the internet and everything else. So I think we'll do that, Declan. So if anything doesn't change and you're good for that, we'll just plan on doing that on Sunday then. And those of you that are going to listen to the podcast, you can find this on Apple. We're on pretty much every platform you could think of. Google. I mean, we're all over the place. So just look for BVI Pilots Podcast, and you'll find us. You can also go to the homepage. I think we're going to put a link there as well. I don't know that we have one there yet, but I would like to get a link put over there so you guys can just go there. If you're having trouble finding us, click it, and there you go. So, again, we welcome anyone that might have a disability. If you want to fly, we'd love to have you. We'd love to help you get set up. Declan has said it, and I've said it, and others have said it too, probably. We're not going to do the work for you, but we're definitely going to help you, and we're going to show you what you need to know to be able to fly, and we're, to make it comfortable for you. But there is work involved. There's definitely some studying involved. There's, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. You got to get used to, taking time to just educate yourself and learn how to do the different things. And if you don't know how to do it, listen to the podcast, because we cover a lot of stuff there as well. I expect us to start here at some point to get tutorials up on the website as well at bvipilots.com. You can go there, you can sign up, become a member, and then you can message other members. That's why I tell people, sign up, because you can communicate with the other pilots, through the website, because you're a member. So, anyways, that's all I got for now. I'm not going to do this flight over again today. Maybe I'll do it again
Fisher, Indiana,
tomorrow.
United States, 2 points.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, see, I'm still in Fisher, Indiana. I wasn't even near Indianapolis yet. So, something called me to descend way too fast. Maybe I hit a button and didn't realize it. That's a possibility. But it just goes to show you that things can happen. Errors can definitely happen. And I believe it was an FS Tramp error. The other thing I want people to know and make sure you know is, if you're going to fly, you're going to need FS Tramp. Contact us. We'll help you get set up with that. You don't need to buy the key. That's not necessary. And we'll help you get set up with that as well. So, until next time, you guys, y'all have a good day. Declan, I'll catch you maybe tomorrow. I'll come up and catch you on the server.
Audio volume slider for desktop audio 2.
And we'll
Mute
figure
desktop audio
that
2
out.
properties for mix /over volume slider mute mix /over volume property mute volume property mute volume property sources visibility check box controls settings studio mode start stop streaming check box checked.
All right, so I'm out here. You guys be sure to subscribe to us if you've not yet subscribed. Follow us on Twitter at BVI Pilots. Also follow us here on the Twitch TV, Pilot Live 2020. And